Hello and welcome to New Fast Food. We've got a lot of fast food news today, including MacCoins. What are they? How do you get them? What do you do with them? I've got all the details for you, plus a brand new pizza's available at Little Caesars and a new line of milkshakes at Sonic. If this is your first time tuning in, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Plus you'll also want to hit that notification bell, so therefore you'll always be notified when I release new videos. With that, let's get started. And before we get into all the MacCoin details, I want to give you a quick reminder on Dunkin Donuts' new $2 Dunkin' Run menu. I confirmed about 3 weeks ago during my Baskin Robbins video that these new items would be coming to Dunkin Donuts at the very end of July for their August promotion. Well, that time is now here, and the $2 Dunkin' Run menu is now available. Just a reminder, that includes those waffle breaded chicken tenders, those pretzel bites, that brownie, and the infamous $2 ham and cheese roll-up. Yes, they're still sticking with those ham and cheese roll-ups. So all these items are available only while supplies last. During this time, they're also keeping around the donut fries. So get out to Dunkin' for the donut fries, those brownies, those waffle breaded chicken tenders, which actually those sound pretty good, the pretzel bites, and those ham and cheese roll-ups before they are gone. All right, now let's get into these MacCoins, and they're sort of billing them as kind of a cryptocurrency, at least in that style of things, but they're actually saying that these are cooler because they're actually backed by burgers, by Big Macs specifically. And what they are is they're actual coins. They're going to be available starting this Thursday. They're going to be giving out one coin with every Big Mac purchased. And there's 5 different designs they're kind of collectible. Each coin represents a different decade that the Big Mac has been around. This promotion marks the 50th anniversary of the Big Mac. So there's 5 different designs. They represent the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and 2010s. These are going to be a great collector's item for people that collect McDonald's merchandise. Each coin is actually worth a Big Mac. You can redeem your coin in the future after you receive it. You can redeem it for a future Big Mac through the end of this year. And the real interesting part is that although the base value for them is one Big Mac, so they're about valued at about $5 a coin. The real value, years from now, will be determined by how many people actually cash in their coins for Big Mac. So people who receive these are going to kind of have a choice to make. Do you want to keep it as a collectible coin, or do you want to cash it in for a Big Mac before they lose that value? And then of course the real interesting part is that depending on how many people cash these in, the more valuable they're going to end up being years from now, right? So they're going to be releasing 6.2 million of these coins worldwide, and they're doing that across 50 different countries. So 6.2 million coins total across 50 countries. So depending on how many of those 6.2 million coins get redeemed will determine how many there are left out there on the collector's market. So if you say out of 6.2 million, say half of them, say 3 million, get redeemed for Big Macs, that means that there's the value of the actual coins on the collector's market just went up because there's half as many available as there were before. That's assuming that McDonald's is just going to destroy any of the coins that they get back. Really, I'm not really sure what they're going to do with the coins that get redeemed. If they're going to have them mailed back to headquarters and put a hole through them or something, I'm not really sure. That'd be an interesting thing to find out. If any of my viewers work for McDonald's, what is planned on happening with these coins that are redeemed? Obviously you can't give them back out, otherwise it'd just be a continuous cycle of free Big Macs coming and going. So what do you do with the coins after you get them back? You have to bag them up and send them out somewhere, or is there a way for you guys to destroy them in the stores? I'd be really curious to find out what's going to be happening with these redeemed coins. And the other thing that's interesting is how long are these coins going to be made available? Because there's 6.2 million of them, so you might say, oh, they'll be lasting for a while. But remember, that's worldwide, and only about 1/3 of the McDonald's worldwide are here in the US. So if you figure that they'll probably make the majority of the coins available here in the US, say at least half of them, that'd be 3.1 million coins available here in the US. And based on what we know about how many Big Macs McDonald's sells each day, those coins would probably only last at the most 2 days. So it's estimated that McDonald's sells about 1.5 million Big Macs a day here in the US. So if there's only 3 million coins to be given out, that's only 2 days worth of Big Macs to go through. And then of course you have to assume that a lot of people are going to be rushing out on Thursday to get these coins. So these coins may last less than 2 days. If you really want to get these Big Mac coins, if you really want to collect this item, I would recommend going out there Thursday, because they're not going to be along much past Friday for sure. And I do have a little bit more McDonald's information for you. On a recent investor call, McDonald's announced that they were going to be introducing a new 2 for $5 sandwich deal. So this is going to be very similar to their McPick 2 for $5 deal that they were running a couple of years ago. They're saying that this new 2 for $5 deal is going to include some iconic McDonald's sandwiches and is meant to compete with their, their competitors that have their 2 for $6 deals ongoing. That's mostly talking about Burger King and Wendy's. So they haven't announced which sandwiches are going to be available in this 2 for $5 deal. The only thing they have announced is that they're going to be iconic. So I would guess, based on looking at McDonald's menu, that the iconic sandwiches are probably going to be the Big Mac, the Filet-O-Fish, and maybe their chicken sandwiches, their buttermilk crispy chicken sandwich and their grilled artisan chicken sandwich. I don't think they're going to include the signature crafted burgers. I don't think they're going to include the quarter pounder with cheese, just because because of the fresh beef, are already very hot items. I don't think that they have the need to include those in any kind of deal right now. I'll of course keep you updated when we find out which sandwiches will officially be included in this deal, but I'd be very surprised if there was any other ones included besides those 4. And now this is real interesting, because after that the last McPick 2 for $5 deal went away, Burger King and Wendy's sort of stepped in with these new 2 for $6 deals, and it looked like this new $6 price point for this 2 sandwich deal was kind of starting to catch on. Now McDonald's is going to reintroduce a 2 for $5 deal. It's really going to make these 2 for $6 deals now look a little bit overpriced in comparison. So this is actually great for consumers, and it may force Burger King and Wendy's to consider lowering the price for their 2 sandwich deal back to 2 for $5. So time will tell, but really McDonald's introducing this 2 for $5 deal as a best case scenario, because it really puts pressure on the other restaurants to follow suit. Alright, next up, Little Caesars is introducing a brand new pizza. They're calling this one the 5-Meat Feast. And it notably has 2 more meats than their other meat pizza, which is the 3-meat treat. What's interesting about this here is that on their website, they have this new pizza listed under the extra most bestest section, but really it doesn't appear like this is an extra most bestest pizza, and I get that based on the calorie count. So the 3-meat treat is a extra most bestest pizza. It has extra pepperoni, extra sausage, extra bacon, and then this new 5-meat feast introduces ham and beef on top of that. So you would think that if all the topping portions remain the same amongst the shared meats, right, the pepperoni, sausage, and bacon, if the portions of those were all the same, plus they added more meats, there'd be no way that this new 5-meat feast could have less calories than the 3-meat treat. So it must be that the 5-meat feast has less portions of the toppings than the extra most bestest 3-meat treat. So what does that all mean? Well, it means that if you're not a fan of ham and beef on your pizza, you're probably better off getting the 3-meat treat than the 5-meat feast, because you're going to get the pepperoni and the bacon and the sausage that you would on either of them, which will get more of those toppings, and you won't have to get the ham and the beef that come with the new 5-meat feast. So this is not going to be my new favorite pizza over at Little Caesars. I'm not really a fan of ham on my pizzas. The beef I could do without as well. Actually, I'm really not a fan of bacon on my pizzas either. I think it's kind of overpowers the other toppings. So really, just myself, especially at Little Caesars, I normally stick with just the pepperoni. I like pepperoni in either the round or the square. I can do it in either regular or extra most bestest. I really, that's my go-to over at Little Caesars. But if you're a fan of getting just as many different kinds of meats on your pizza as possible, then definitely pay attention to this new 5-meat feast. It's got pepperoni, sausage, bacon, ham, and beef. The price is $9, so in my area that's the same as the 3-meat treat. And I'm really not trying to tell you what to buy. I'm sure this is an excellent pizza, and I probably, would enjoy it. I'm just trying to say it's not, definitely not going to be my new favorite pizza at Little Caesars. I'll stick with pepperoni. All right, next up, let's talk about Sonic. They're introducing a new line of milkshakes, and they're calling these the Real Fruit Milkshakes, and they come in 3 different varieties. There's strawberry, blueberry, and like a triple mixed berry that actually has kind of 4 different berries kind of mixed in there. It's kind of odd, the naming of that one. But they are calling these the Real Fruit Milkshakes because they do have real fruit mixed into them. Now, because they're calling them real fruit milkshakes and not fresh fruit milkshakes, I'm assuming that the fruit in these is not fresh. It's not like they're scooping fresh blueberries and fresh strawberries into these milkshakes. They're likely like canned strawberry, like pie topping kind of stuff that they're scooping into the milkshakes, and that's all game. Of course, those are real fruits. They're not fresh fruits, but they are real fruits. So if you're a fan of fruity type milkshakes, you'll definitely want to get to Sonic to check these out. Of the 3, I'd probably lean more towards the blueberry, just because I'm not really a fan of strawberries at all. And this triple berry one, like I said, it's got some, I think, blackberries and strawberries mixed in there, and then just the other berries are just kind of syrups. So even though normally I'd gravitate towards more of the triple berry, I think that just to get a little bit extra of the real fruit flavor in there, I may just end up going with the blueberry if I were to try one of these milkshakes. So these are the Real Fruit Milkshakes. They're available now at Sonic. They're available in strawberry, blueberry, and triple mixed berry. Alright, before we go, I do want to say thank you once again to everybody for tuning in on Friday to my 50th episode. I've gone ahead and left the gold background up, as you can see. I think I may leave it up until we get to the 60th episode. Then I may replace it with a diamond background, or who knows what we're going to do at that point. The entries are now closed into the Big Mac Pop Socket contest. I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to draw the winner yet, but I'll probably end up doing it live on either Facebook or here or something. So stay tuned to my social media networks for that. But that's enough out of me. Now it's up to you to continue the conversation down below. I want to know, if you end up getting a MacCoin, this is kind of hypothetical, if you were to end up getting one of these MacCoins, would you either A, redeem it for a Big Mac, or B, hold on to it and save it as a collector's item? There's going to be a lot of people out there that have a big choice to make, whether they want that Big Mac or they want it to be a collectible coin. What's kind of cool is that if you are a collector and you wanted to collect all 5, get a complete set of 5 coins, it's really only going to cost you about 20 bucks to do that, because all you gotta do is buy 5 Big Macs, make sure you get a different coin with each one. Bingo, you got a whole set of collector's coins for 20 bucks, and you also got 5 Big Macs that you can give away to homeless people or put in the fridge for next week or whatever you want to do. I'm just curious to know which side of the fence you fast food foodies and drive-through cuties are on, the redeemers or the collectors. Thank you very much for tuning in today. For all the latest fast food news, be sure to subscribe. I release new videos twice a week, and you can watch more right now.